Black,
I'm Ricky Brown.
and this is the Let's Go Sis podcast.
Yeah. So fun being here with you again, Dee Dee.
Always, sis.
Yeah, and with all of our friends joining us, hey everybody, welcome. We're so happy to have you. We are real sisters, but we welcome all sisters, right? Friends, family, just grab someone, right? Anybody who wants to listen in and just get some real talk, real life, real sister stuff. Who else do you talk with more? Truth wise, right? The real stuff than your sister. And so we're excited for everyone to be here.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like even your bestie. But the truth is that we have so much fun, and we wanted to dive in today. If you guys want to go back with us on this journey of how this all began, we're not going to take you too far back. Like it's not going to get awkward. And we're going to talk about when I was born and how blessed Ricky felt because she's the older sister. Should be
Yeah.
mentioned. Yeah,
Okay. But sometimes we get referred to as twins. Just saying.
stop it. Okay. Real sister, real talk. But the truth is, though, is we want to dive back because we were talking about something earlier, and it's just like a journey you guys can go on with us about how things got started. Obviously, we have been doing fun things together for our whole life because we have a lot of memories and a lot of things we could share with you. But I was just telling her, like, hey, let's talk about Pig Palace.
Yeah. The thing is, Dee Dee and I were raised in a divorced family. Our parents got divorced when I was 5. She was 1.5. And we just, we survived together because nothing against our parents, but they had a lot going on, and we were the ones that were back and forth from our moms to our dads, things like that. But we kept ourselves busy. We were entrepreneurs from an early start, right? Little did
Yes,
we
yes.
know, we would be running, yes, the Pig Palace.
I'm sure everybody's like, "Pig Palace, what is that?" Like, does that
Yeah.
mean you guys were like slobs? No, we were not slobs, guys. Okay. This
Hello.
is
We were full.
very yes, this is
Huh.
very forward thinking, very forward thinking. Like, you can't just come up with greatness overnight, right? You could try, but we started from a very young age, Pig Palace. It was a place where you could find the best fine dining that we could culture, and
Yes.
also you could get your nails done because it was a nail salon.
It
Hello.
was a nail salon. Hello. Dee Dee has always been into beauty, fashion, all the things. Me, I'm always into her, painting my nails, making me fashionable. So it worked out. I was a great customer. She was a great service, person. And then, of course, we also had books we were running with our restaurant and all the fun things going on there. Thanks to the kitchens of the 1990s, right? The plastic cool kitchens that I think everyone had. We had ours for a long time. Okay. We used them as toddlers, and then we became a business mid, not even teenage, right? It was like from the age of like 10, and Didi was around 6 at that time. We had good
Yeah, and
imagination.
no judgment, okay? Because here's the deal. We had to be crafty. We said we came from divorced parents, and so sometimes there was a lot of figuring things out on our own or keeping ourselves accompanied on our own.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was so fun because my sister obviously is one of my best friends. I'll probably talk about that forever. You guys are going to get annoyed with hearing that, but also you're going to get excited because you're going to know of a bestie that you're thinking of that you've been able to do life with, or a sister that you also have that in common with. But the truth is, we had so much fun and we were so creative. And Ricky likes to give me all the credit for always being the creative visionary, not total visionary, but visual arts. And the truth is, she was not just a good customer, she was a team player. Okay. So
Definitely.
we had so much fun.
We even had a daycare, right? Because think about it. We were raised by a single mom. We knew that childcare was important. So we had restaurant slash nail shop slash daycare. Okay. And we may or may not have some, injuries from that time because we not only set up our business, but we would rearrange the furniture in our house, bunk beds, trundle beds. We had that cool desk that like flipped up, old school style school desk that my mom grabbed for us somewhere. And we would totally use all of those things, but then shift them around to make them fit and work. We had a lot of fun. We used those same skills that we used on our furniture there when we would just go over to Granny and Papa's. I think we might have said Granny and Papa on the last podcast. You're probably going to hear them on every podcast, right? But we
True.
loved them and we made forts. We made some killer forts with our cousins, who were very close to growing up also. So, shout out to those who have close cousins. Maybe if you don't have siblings, you have cousins. We got to have both. We're blessed that way, but we would make forts. Um,
They
and
were
we
like epic forts though. These are not like normal forts where you're just like,
true.
"Oh, that sounds cute." Like they were epic. And then we would get our papa involved and they would get even more epic and wild. Like we literally, I don't know, you probably remember this, Ricky, but we literally would have like tomahawk fights. Like not fights, but kind of like where you'd be like I don't know, Indians and cowboys and whatever, and you could do it in the whole fort. Like you could move around. These were like functional forts. So uh it's just funny and the tomahawk was rubber, it's plastic. So it's okay. Like it was safe, but it was so fun with our cousins. Yeah. So that's cool.
Yeah. And we've always been kind of competitive since we were younger too. So it's not surprising that our kids are competitive, right? Our husbands are competitive also, I would say. So maybe our kids get some of their competitiveness from them. But
Listen, not with each other though. That's not not with each other. Just we both have a drive for competitiveness for sure. And obviously that's probably
yeah,
something that we found very attractive in both of our husbands because they also are competitive and being sports moms, facilitating dreams. It could be in sports, it can be in arts, it can be in anything really. But just having that competitive edge where you want to win, right? Winner's
I
gonna
don't
win.
know. I feel like we're a little bit competitive with each other
Okay,
at
maybe.
times, like a healthy competition. Not crazy. Because, there is a saying right now, everybody's heard it, collaboration over competition. And we are 1,000 for that.
Yeah.
But hello, everyone. Sometimes you compete, right? We competed when we were staying all night at our granny and papa's house to see who could get up the fastest in the morning to make coffee. Get the coffee on the pot in the morning, for our grandparents. It was crazy. But Dee Dee and I usually
1000.
won. We teamed up against our cousins, okay? And normally we won. So there's
Yeah.
that.
That's true.
And
Winner's gonna win. I'm telling you, winner's gonna win. It's a thing, and it's okay. It's that should be more normalized. We shouldn't be like okay with losing because losing is meh, and winning is not. So there's that.
you're going to lose sometimes. But hey, why
That's
not
true.
try to win always? Takes the same effort, right? So
Yeah.
there's that.
You
Yeah.
don't
So
lose if you don't quit. Hello. You don't lose if you don't quit. Okay, maybe that's our competitive edge. Calm down.
it's true. Yeah, and so then of course we've had seasons as sisters, where we were totally in sync and everything was awesome and then where we don't get along. I mean, it happens, right? But the good news is we're sisters, so we're stuck together. No, we want it to be that way. And we have a lot of fun together too. Growing up, teenage years, I feel like my mom was super strict on me because I'm the older one. And then like Dee Dee, not
Here
so
we
much.
go. Here we go. Here
I
we go.
mean, just saying, I could not date till I was 16. And there was an application that must be filled out prior to.
Literally wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Literally an application. Okay, so I'm 4
Yes.
years younger. Let's keep talking about that. Just kidding. But the truth is there was an application. Like my mom literally made people fill out an app, like their license plate, like what color hair they had, what color eyes, where they were going, what time they were coming back. I was like, "What is going on?" And even being younger, it was wild. Like I was like, "Mom, this." She thought it was like brilliant though. Remember? She thought it was like such a great
She
idea.
did.
She was going to keep a keepsake book for you. Like you have been married for 21 years now. Like, do you think your husband would be super excited? Or, like, do you think you would be super excited to be like, "Oh, that one time I
Definitely
dated that
not.
one guy. Here's his license plate just in case you're looking for him." Weird. Like, I love my mom, but she had some wild ideas, and luckily she tried them all out on Ricky first, so
Yeah, that's what really happened. I mean, seriously, I couldn't date until I was 16. Got to go to my first formal my sophomore year. Dee Dee went to three, like before she was 16. Okay. So, it's okay. But she went gorgeous in fashionable gowns, all three different ones. They were so pretty.
you did
My
too.
mom's been that way. I did too. I went nice things.
Yeah,
Yeah, we, came from humble beginnings, but we always had nice things. So it worked out. Um, yeah, we made the most of what we had. I guess that's what we're trying to say. And then of course I went off to college. And
wait,
Dee
whoa, whoa,
Dee
whoa,
went,
whoa. Can we give a shout out to the hairstyles that we thought were so on trend back when we were going to these proms and formals? Guys, we are like from the butterfly clip era, okay? All the
Yes.
twisties, all the things, like, I mean, not like worms were crawling out of our head, but I mean, it could have looked like that in some of the pictures.
Let's just say last year I saw some of those again. I was like, "Wait, what's
Stop
happening?
it.
Why are
Stop
we
it.
doing that? Let's not." Yeah.
You're like, "Listen, we know better, so we do better. Why are we doing this again? What is going on?"
Much.
But and
Yes.
honestly, guilty over here. I mean, I did hair for a really long time, you guys already know that, and I was, like, the proprietor of some of these fashions,
You
but
were.
listen, they were on trend, okay? So,
The
spare
time.
me. Yeah. Anyway,
Now they're
moving
coming
on.
back. Maybe they're on trend. Maybe I'm the crazy one and they are on trend again. I don't know.
Listen,
I
if that's
think
what it
what
is, I'm your girl. I got you. My daughter's not gonna have to worry. It's not gonna be a big deal. It's gonna be fine. I got this.
Yeah. So then I went off to college and Dee Dee was in high school, because I'm the older one. Again, she loves to rub that in, but we
Yeah.
do get called twins quite often. So just gonna throw that back out there again.
Like, hardly
And
ever.
a
Hardly
lot.
ever.
Anyway, and so then, life went on. And finally I
Can we
came
talk
back.
about college for 5 seconds, though? College was like, okay, if you guys have a sister or a sibling, especially one that's older, like, talk about rip your heart out and, like, it was so sad. It was so cool because obviously I was so proud of her. She went to USC, Trojans, fight on.
Yeah.
But and it wasn't even that far away. It was like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, from us, and she came home literally, like, every weekend because she had a boyfriend and he lived in our town
Hometown.
also, and so they every weekend she'd come home, but I remember the 3 of us, it was my mom, me, and Matt, her husband, and we drove down there and we, got her all set up in her dorm, and it was so much fun, but honestly, it was fun while we were there doing all the things because obviously I was excited about decorating her room and she was excited about being there. We got to meet her roommate. But when we left, it was a train wreck. All 3 of us, sorry, Matt, not to throw you under the bus, but we all cried. We were like boohoo crying. She was crying. It was crazy. And it flew by so fast. But at the time, I just remember like as a sibling, like that's torture.
Oh, well, I remember at the time a little different at first because when you guys left, I was like thinking, why are they not sad? Like, no one cried until they got into the car. I found out later after the fact that they kind of, in my mom's word, rode their way home. But
Literally.
when they left, literally thought, what's happening? No one's even sad. I'm getting left and no one's sad. But anyway, it worked out. And
That's because we were trying to be cool. We literally got to the parking lot and, like, cried. So, anyway,
mine.
I'm glad that we were able to do that for you and that your perspective was, like, thinking that we were happy to let you go,
I
but that's
know.
not the case.
What's crazy is I'm only 2 years away, like, I feel like less than 2 years now because my oldest is going to be a junior this next year in high school, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited for him to go to college or wherever his, path takes him, but I'm already feeling it. I'm already feeling emotional. It's so crazy, you know, that I was in that place as the student and now I'm gonna be the parent. I don't know. It's wild,
It's
but
so wild. It's so crazy too because obviously Ricky and I are sisters and we were raised with a really cool connection with like our all of our cousins. Like some of them we kind of refer to as sisters. And one of our older cousins, her daughter just graduated high school, and
oh,
that was like insane. It was insane for a couple reasons. One, because obviously, like, we both have older kids. My daughter's only a year and a half behind Tanner. Um, you know, and so it's it's crazy to think they're only a year behind in school just because birthdays and different things, but it's crazy to think that Ricky's on this path where her guy's gonna go off to college at some point, and obviously my Paige is going to as well. But just being there at our cousin who was raised with us like a sister, so it's like our niece basically, with her, not basically, she's our niece. Okay, that's we claim her.
we call
Um,
her, but she's
yeah,
technically my second cousin. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
yeah, we love her. Anyway, long story short, being there at her graduation, it was so emotional because I'm like, oh my goodness, like it was like our first, you know, not our first, but one of our babies that Ricky and I got to nurture and love on and watch grow. Um, just go. graduate and do big things is really cool. But then thinking about it in hindsight and even calling Ricky like, oh my gosh, she's graduated. Like, that's going to be us in such a short amount of time. And she's like, me sooner. And I'm like, I know, right? Like, but yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
wild.
I feel like too, as you're talking about that and everything, one of the seasons that we did go through as sisters also is kind of like you're talking about Kinsey, like she was one of our babies, and I have another niece that was like our baby. Matt and I kind of felt like she was our baby before we had babies too. But
For
really,
sure.
like Dee Dee was kind of my baby too, guys,
Mhm.
really. There was a time when I felt more kind of sometimes like her mom. Not that our mom didn't do a great job, but our mom, was a single mom. She was busy.
And there
Um,
were definitely times I did not want to be her baby, but I ultimately am the
True.
most grateful because of the fact that we did come from a divorced family and parents. Ricky was really my only solid, not that my parents weren't good, they were really great, but my consistency all the time. If I was at my mom's, my sister was there. If I was at my dad's, my sister was there. And I think that that's something that just integrated our relationship into something very different, very unique, but also like very cool. And I'm sure a lot of other people can relate with having like a close sibling, a sister, maybe a best friend if weren't blessed to have a sister, but that you just really got to do life with. It's just different. It's fun.
It is. It's fun. But there were times, if we're being real,
Yeah,
there were times where it was a challenge too, right? It was
for
like,
sure.
I'm being the mom. Didi doesn't want to be my child at the time. And so we're kind of at each other a little bit. But then I'm so glad that we just got to, as time went on and as we grew up, now we're at a place where, there was that moment where she literally looked at me and was like, I don't need you to be my mom. I don't need you to be that. I just want you to be my sister. And I looked at her and was like, cool, I'm not going to be your mom then. I'm just going to be your sister. And it kind of was good for both of us in different ways, right? But
For sure.
it's made our relationship really good. And it's exciting because now when we're talking about how we're moms to our real children, right? Not each other. Right? Yeah. We can just give different perspectives. And, sometimes we agree on how we parent, and other times
We
we,
do not.
we do not.
Sometimes we do not.
Sometimes we do
But
not.
but the cool thing is that when you have somebody that you can throw things against the wall and see if it sticks, whether you like if it sticks with them or not, perspective is,
Perspective.
yeah, that's where it's at. Like, that is like a treasure
It's
that you just
everything. It helps, right? I mean, obviously, we encourage each other to pray. Like, we're not trying to be each other's, total decision maker. We encourage each other to pray. We encourage each other to talk to our spouses, of course, right?
Mhm.
That's important. That's the family unit. But we definitely get to talk to each other about these different things and then, make good decisions based on different perspectives and just hearing each other out. So I think
No, for
it's
sure.
pretty awesome. Yeah. And, we lived in the same area for a very long time as adults with our kids. And I love just being able to meet up for a massage or a pedicure. Those are the fun things you get to do with your bestie. Like, comment, tag, let us know what you love best to do with your sister, your best friend, your soul sister, somebody that you like to hang out with your cousin. But we love doing those things together, going to just grab a pedicure, going to grab a massage. But now we actually have to go do that after a flight, usually.
Yeah.
So I moved to Texas in October of 22, and
Shout out to traveling. There's nothing wrong with traveling, but
it's
again,
true.
it was a sad day when she decided to move to Texas, not because I was sad for her, I was sad for me. But also I actually have really enjoyed being able to travel back and forth to Texas, and all over. We just got back from New York and
New
New
York
Jersey.
City. That was so much fun. Oh my gosh, it made it so much more fun that we talk to each other all the time, of course, but we hadn't seen each other in a while, and being able to meet up in New York City, so fun.
I
Loved
was
every second
cracking
of
up
that.
because we literally got there and she's like, "Do you think you could really live here?" And I was like looking around like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could." And she's like, "Oh, I don't know if I could." And then by the end of it, we were both like, "We definitely could. We would dominate this place." Like,
Yeah,
it
at
was
least
so
for
fun.
a short time, maybe
Yeah,
vacation. I don't know. I don't know if I want to. Yeah, if
pre-kids, we
three
could have
kids.
totally. Freaking
1,000.
Pig Palace would have been where it was at in New
Hey,
York,
New
baby.
York City, baby.
New
We could have put it
York.
out there for sure. Yeah, but anyway, it's fun. We have so many adventures. We can't just wait to share more. This podcast is all about real life, real talk, real sisters. Although you can bring sisters from another mister, you can bring whoever you want to join us and be a part on this podcast. We're excited to have you here. So
Yes, like, love, share, subscribe, tag your sister, tag your bestie, tag your cousin, tag your sisters, from everywhere, anywhere. Just come hang out with us. Let's just bring camaraderie for those who are excited to share this journey, share their stories, and laugh at some of the funny, crazy, real life, real talk, real sisterhood that we have.
that's right. Let's go, sis.
Let's go, sis.